Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm going to be talking about why making mistakes are so important.
And trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I'm wrong. I got it. Run.
So mistakes are things that everyone makes in their lives. We make them daily or we make them weekly, and as humans, making mistakes helps us to learn. Mistakes are often a negative thing that is viewed by society. It's like, oh, you made a mistake, and you're almost seen as less than when you make a mistake. But actually, making mistakes is how we learn and grow. When you think of a young baby or a toddler learning to walk, they will stumble and fall, or they will hold on to things until they gain the muscles, gain the strength and the confidence to actually walk on their own. So as humans, we always make mistakes. We make mistakes or we stumble and fall, but we get back up and we learn how to do something. Like, for example, you can't expect to pick up a knitting pattern and be able to do it straight away without any prior knitting knowledge. It's something that you have to learn, and you have to adapt, and you have to be able to do it from practice. When I made YouTube videos, I would, when I first started, my YouTube videos were not as good as what they are now, and I know that I've still got so much more improvement to do. I watch so many different videos, different channels about how to grow on YouTube. But in actual fact, I've learned that gaining an audience doesn't have to be strategy all the time. Like I'm trying to grow an audience that is compassionate and a family that wants to support me, but also wants to support each other. So if that sounds like something that you would like to be a part of, then please feel free to hit the subscribe button, because I always encourage people to have a little chat in the comments about videos or about topics or anything, because spreading mental health awareness is my main goal. So another thing I want to talk about is mistakes give us the opportunity to see something from a different perspective. I myself made I suppose what you would call a mistake recently. My last video that I posted last Monday, so the last mental health video, was about Jessica Kent and about her domestic violence abuse. I was somebody who was definitely having the wrong impression of her and had not really been keeping up with, everything else that had been going on in the background, because when you see some hate, and you see hate for any YouTuber or for any celebrity, you just think, well, they all get hate, so what of it is true? But when I posted that video and I had an overwhelming response from people, some of which are probably watching this video right now, and I just want to say thank you, because I would not have seen the truth, or I would not have seen it from a different perspective if I hadn't made the mistake. And if I hadn't have made the video, I've now done more research, and I have now developed my own opinions from that research, and it's definitely not the same opinion as I had in that video. Additionally, making mistakes can build resilience. It can build strength, and it can help you to build communication skills. Like, skills in general are like building muscles at the gym. If you don't go to the gym, you're not going to have muscles, or if you don't go to the gym, you're not going to have certain types of muscles. But it's important to remember that even if you don't go to the gym, you can still develop these muscles, and it's about how you do it, how you learn, how you grow. So for example, this can be applied to mental health, because you can say, well, by communicating and by working that communication muscle, I'm becoming better and better at communicating. I may be on YouTube, but I hate socializing. It doesn't mean that if you recognize me in public, you can't come up and talk to me, but it's more of a deeper level than that. It's like, if I'm in a group of people, like when I was at uni, I completely was like, no, I am not going to socialize in my uni group, even though I spent 40 hours plus a week with these guys. It was the fact that I didn't want to spend it in this group scenario. I went to one uni social that was at a restaurant, absolutely hated every moment of it, and I didn't go to any after that. So it's, I tried and I didn't really get on with that whole scenario. But you're gonna make mistakes in your life. You're gonna make small, some big, some medium mistakes. And for example, one of the biggest mistakes that I made in my life was not reaching out for mental health support, not reaching out for help earlier than I did. So I, didn't reach out for support. I was thrown into a hospital pretty much, and I spent 3.5, nearly 4 months in a adolescent psychiatric unit, and it was quite obvious that I just didn't want to get better. I didn't want to see the light of day. So therefore, I did what I had to do to get out of the hospital, and then I was discharged, and I was back in a hospital within a week's time after discharge. So it's important to, realise for yourself that you want help, and realise for yourself that you want to continue living. Because for some people, unfortunately, they didn't ask for help in time. I myself have bereaved for 2 people who have lost their lives to suicide, and unfortunately that's only a drop in the ocean for the amount of people that we lose daily, weekly, hourly even, to suicide. Suicide is one of the biggest killers, and it is important to recognise that, because the number's not going to go down. And if anything, it's going to go up with the whole social media thing. Social media is one of the biggest contributors to, to suicide and to impacting people's self-esteem. So it is important to always be kind on social media. If you see a post and there's hate underneath it, don't feel like you have to follow the crowd and always put hate as well, because that creator, doesn't matter how big or small they are, if they see one hate comment, they're not going to care about the thousands of positive comments. They're going to care about the one hate comment that they've received. I myself have received a few hate comments, and it stays with me. Like, I try to say to myself, oh, it's only one person, or I try to say to myself, and I'm like, but in actual fact, you can't help but look at those comments and be like, well, that person has obviously thought that to put that. But I would say that of the hate comments that I have got, I usually say to myself, that's not something that I can change overnight, so I need to try not to care about it. A lot of the comments that I get are about my weight, but I can't change my weight overnight. So if I can't change my weight overnight, then why should I give them the time of day? And usually I will just delete the comments, because I don't want that to impact me, but I also don't want that to impact somebody else who may be trying to leave a positive comment, but then might see the hate that is directed towards me, but might feel that about themselves. So I usually delete any negative comments. But as you can see, it is important to make mistakes. It is important to learn and grow. And even for those haters that are leaving hate comments, it's important to learn and grow. It's important to make the steps to find out why you're leaving hate comments on someone's videos. Because at the end of the day, is it because you're insecure yourself, or is it because you are bored and you wish that you could sit in front of a camera and film a video? It's obviously something deeper than just that hate comment that is being left. But at the end of the day, mistakes help us to learn and grow. They help us to develop, and they help us to become a better person overall. Like, in our daily life, in our social life, in our academic life, they help us to learn and grow and be the person that ultimately we grow up to be. So next time you make a mistake, try not to dwell on it and try not to beat yourself up about it. Embrace it as a learning opportunity, and embrace it as something that you're going to learn from and something that you are going to better yourself on. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope that some of it resonated with you. And please don't forget that I believe in you even if nobody else does. And I shall see you in my next one. Bye.
Just like you're young again. No, don't you cry. Just get back up again.